I'm an enormous fan of rhythm games. I love them. I think they're really fun and challenging. Maybe it's because I was an opera singer, and opera singers are always told that they don't have rhythm, and so now every time I see a game that involves music and dodging notes or hitting notes or doing something with music, I automatically am drawn to it. Everhood was a game I stumbled onto by accident on a Twitch stream, and when I tell you that this game became a bit of an obsession for me, I mean that. I am the guardian of the mushroom forest. I will open a passage for you. This game lived in my head rent-free, and I finally sat down and played through all of it. It's about 9 hours. Blitworks Publishing, the publisher of the game, reached out. It's rare that you get to sit down and talk about a game that you also happen to love. I'm grateful for that, because Everhood is a game that defies everything I expected out of a video game. It's hard to talk about without spoiling. It's a really meaningful experience that I think that if you are into music and rhythm games, but I can't even call it a rhythm game because it really isn't. It is a musical adventure game. This game circumvents expectations, and I really recommend you check it out if you're looking for something that is music-based, existential, and will make you think when those credits roll. In fact, the game is available on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PlayStation 5 and 4 consoles, with 16 exclusive battles with songs from the composers of games like Donkey Kong Country, Fez, Ninja Gaiden, Mega Man, and Crypt of the Necrodancer, among others. This story is so interesting to me, and it has left me pondering so much more than I thought I would be thinking about after the game finished and the credits rolled. It deals with the complexity of what it means to be a human. It deals with the inert feelings of loss and frustration we experience when we lose things and people that we care about. This game, on the surface, seems to be a fun, silly little indie game about getting your arm back because someone stole it, and that ended up being about the journey of life and that experience and what comes with living life and experiencing life day to day. Who we are as people. And it's masqueraded with this veneer and with this facade of being a fun musical adventure rhythm game, which it isn't a rhythm game, it's a musical adventure game. It's a different distinction. We're not hitting notes. In fact, we're avoiding notes. Every enemy encounter is fresh and unique, and you always wonder what the next song you're going to be battling against is going to be. It's so cool. This one's pretty tough. I actually love this song too. Every character has a unique moveset. Every character has unique rhythms that you have to avoid and dodge. I love that they kept it weird and decided to go weird. No! Oh my god. This music is so weird and so diverse and so interesting, much like the game itself. It's kind of funny, it's kind of weird, it kind of doesn't always work outside of context, but in context, there's something about the rhythmic pattern of this that becomes a meditative and transcendent experience. Certainly one of the craziest rhythm-ish games I've ever played. You and I both know that we live in a world that is constantly asking for our attention, but your attention becomes incredibly heightened, but your focus becomes zoomed in on what's happening as you watch these notes head towards your character as you try to dodge them and avoid them. This one's hard.
That's what she said.
There's a meditative thing that occurs that is way deeper than any other game I've actually played. It's really cool. It's simple, it's aesthetic, it's kind of weird to look at. Look at these gnomes. What? I can't get over how surprisingly deep this game is. And just so you're aware of the diversity of tracks, listen to this. I like Zig because of the intensity, and there's a lot of variation. Honestly, I'm so busy trying to stay alive that it's really hard for me to keep track of what I like and don't like. This feels a lot like a Dark Souls of rhythm games, yeah? In this track, you literally fight a giant ATM, and you hear that robotic pattern in there. You're literally fighting an ATM, but then you get this, and then you flip it on its head, and you get this. Oh yes, if you suffer from epilepsy, this one gets crazy. Thank you. I don't fully remember which ones do what. This one's hard. God, the gnomes are fucking crazy. I'm telling you, this game is not what you think it is. Then you get one of the coolest victory songs I've ever heard. Damn. Then you get two of the craziest songs I've ever had the joy of listening to and playing, literally playing, feeling the rhythm of in a game, Revenge and Euthanasia Roller Coaster. I mean, the game is just such a... this game has so much interesting music. The crazy thing about this Everhood Eternity Edition is that they added 16 new battles composed by 10 renowned composers and designed by the best level designers from the Everhood community. Chipzel worked on Super Hexagon, Dicey Dungeons, Cadence of Hyrule, David Weiss, who worked with Rare like Donkey Kong Country, Battletoads, Diddy Kong Racing, Disaster Piece, worked on Fez, Super Meat Boy, Hyper Light Drifter, Manami Matsumae, who created literally the soundtracks for Mega Man, Shovel Knight, and Final Fight, Keiji Yamagishi, worked on Streets of Rage 4, Ninja Gaiden, The Messenger. These are such important composers of the modern video game era, not to mention the others. Two of the tracks that I absolutely adore from this Eternity Edition are the tracks that Manami Matsumae made and the track that Chipzel made. And let's just listen to a little bit of these. It's so cool. This is Red Type. I mean, like, what's not to like? That is such an amazing loop, and this literally sounds like Mega Man. It's amazing. Even though Everhood is a modern game, we're borrowing from the soundscape of things from like 30 years ago, and it's so satisfying. So that sounds very video gamey, but then we get Dance With Me from Chipzel, and listen to this. Like, that is so fun. That is such a dance atmosphere. This is all in addition to an already exceptional game. We then take and add 16 new tracks, elevating the experience even more and making it more interesting, making it more challenging. And that's the love that we see for Gnomes pouring into this work. It's amazing. It's such a unique game, an RPG musical adventure. It's just not normal. It's not something we see every day. A musical action RPG adventure. And I think that if you have an Xbox and a PlayStation and you haven't played these games yet, you have to check it out. It's so worth your time. Whoa, what? Oh my god, 3D. Literally, it's one of my favorite games that I've ever played. In my top 10 video games ever played. It's so much fun, and I literally still, having played it a couple weeks ago, I'm still actively thinking about it pretty much, not hyperbole, every single day, because there's nothing like it. And it reminds me of a time when I was growing up with Guitar Hero in college, and I would sit there for hours trying to figure it out. And like, Everhood somehow combines all the things I love between an interesting existential story, rhythm games, high intellectual thought, challenge but not overtly difficult. It's awesome, and I seriously recommend you check it out, whether you are a new fan diving into this after watching this video, or if you've played Everhood like I have. These additions alone are worth a second playthrough in my opinion. Thanks, and I'll see you later. Bye.